welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. And welcome back. Episode 110-ish, maybe, today with Victor.
Hello.
And Colin.
Hey, guys.
And Marcus.
Hiya.
I think Pat said he could only make it at 1 or something like that. So Pat is not here. Although after I've heard of smack talking of Skyrim recently, so I don't know. We may be banning all Fallout feed people from the Skyrim. I don't know.
I think that's a good idea. I would say that Pat was abstaining from the Skyrim bashing. The other two were the two who were the two.
Guilt by association.
Yeah, I will go with that. So he'll get the cue ball. The rest of them get the full 1 to 8.
Yeah. So today we're going to do the Roundtable feedback for the first set of episodes, and also I have some other feedback that I saved for this because it involved modding, and I figured I'd have some modding experts on. We have those, right?
Who are they?
What? Where? Who?
Who's the modding expert?
So there was a modding question that I saved for the first one there. So how's everybody doing on the Roundtable character in general?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well so far.
She's in a holding pattern, which kind of suits it because I'm not doing any of the quests.
Oh, okay.
Until a day before, probably 2 or 3 days before we got to record the next one, so it's all fresh in my mind.
Yeah, it's a lot fresher that way.
Yeah, but
I do the same thing.
It also suits the character because she's in hiding. Tullius told her not to do anything too extraordinary, so she hasn't been doing anything. So she's just been sitting around doing enchanting, practicing her smithing, and pretty much just wandering around, doing side quests for the Dawn Guard and for the companions.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying getting back to playing on a console.
Yeah,
instead of PC. It's been a long time since I've played a long-term character on a console in Skyrim, anyway. So,
yeah, I kind of took a break from the Roundtable when I went on vacation because I didn't have. I have my Roundtable on the Xbox One, and I didn't have it with me, so. Kind of took a break, but I'm going through the Civil War as a Stormcloak since that was my faction, I believe. And I haven't done that probably since the beginning when I realized that was probably the wrong way to go. But
but it's a matter of opinion and how much skooma you've taken.
It's true. It's not like the other side's clean in this battle here, but I am going through.
We're very clean.
Yeah, we're very. I'm going through as a Stormcloak, though, so it's different. So there's plenty of time for me, so I'm getting through that. I'll probably get through the Civil War quest line before the next episode. That's next week, right? Is next episode? Is next week?
Yeah, it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
Next
yeah.
Saturday coming, yeah.
Yeah, so I should be through the Civil War by then. I'm pretty far along. I liberated Falkreath. I have a few more things to do. Once you start getting to those other quests, you're kind of hopping all over the map. And since I'm not fast traveling, maybe I won't be done until the episode after that. But close enough anyway. But yeah,
I finished the companions.
So, did you?
Yeah, she's now the Harbinger. Well, I finished my Roundtable companions. I haven't finished my Let's Play yet.
Yeah.
Due to several technical difficulties over my attempts at getting it done. Oh well.
Yeah, I've got the Let's Play dropped today. It's Andrew's.
Yeah,
it was good. I've listened to the first episode. It was fun.
Yeah, I've listened to that one as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm saving it. Probably I'll save it before I go in for a bath, so I'm nice and naked. Listen to Andrew talk about
the only thing is that it's a bit confusing when I'm walking the dogs listening to it because I can hear his dog companion's barking in the background.
Oh God!
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
hopefully
I keep
he'll
on
get
looking
rid of that.
around thinking that my dogs are barking at something.
Oh, that's great.
He
So
said
yeah,
he's going to get
Andrew,
rid
if
of
you're
that.
listening, you need to turn that off. Get that mod.
Yeah.
Oh, his dog is constantly. I haven't listened to that episode yet. His dog is constantly barking.
Well, he's got
He's got
Barbas
two.
and
Oh
another dog.
Jesus!
Yeah,
He has
so-
Barvis with him. Oh
Yeah,
my God!
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known. I should have known.
So, yeah.
That's a problem. Because he never shuts up in that.
No.
that
No.
whole thing. Oh God. Yeah. So otherwise, I did try out. I think I talked about on the last one. The SE on my PC, and I was able to run it at Ultra. So I actually started a character on that as well, just playing it vanilla. While I was away, and that was fun too because I'm just kind of going through it. I may use that for future Let's Plays since it's vanilla, and take my old edition and wipe it out and do the end all thing with it.
Really? Huh. Interesting.
Since I'll be playing the modded version on Xbox One, and then probably a vanilla SE until down the road a little bit on the PC.
Yeah, I'm not going to be playing the SE version on PC for quite some time yet. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, the vanilla is fine. It's running good, but I mean, I'm not ready to start modding it. And
Well, yeah, there's really no sense. It's for PC use anyway. The mod scene there isn't going to be good until SKSU drops for SE, and then a couple months after that, for all the modders to get their stuff,
everything to catch
done.
up and work itself out. Yeah.
So I got a nice stable build on the PC right now in the legacy version. So
yeah, so do I. That's why I'm afraid to touch it. But with the other two versions, I'm like, you know what? That's probably enough. Do I need 3 going at once?
Yes, you do.
Probably.
You could buy an NX or whatever that new Nintendo thing is coming out too.
Yeah, I probably will. So that's probably true. So we do have some feedback. This is a non-roundtable related. So let me pull that up real quick. It's just kind of a quick question. This is from Ethan. Let's see. He just found the show. He's wondering, does anybody have experience building mods? Specifically, he saw one called Build a Town, which looks awesome. Also, one called Jarl of Iverstead. Both look great. Has anybody used those? I have not used either. Have you ever heard of those or used those?
No,
I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them. The only thing I would say to him is look at the date the mod was first uploaded and look at the last date it was updated. Then look in the post sections if it's on Nexus anyway. And see when the last post was, because if the thing hasn't been updated for 3 years,
you don't want to play.
You don't want to. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little buggy, and especially the Build a Town one. I think that was there's another one. What's it called? Stu over at Couch Warrior was using it a lot. Tundra Defense, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
That one I think is pretty stable. If you want something where you can build a town-like area, I'd say Tundra Defense is probably a better bet.
Yeah. And then he replied, I guess he's playing the SE version on Xbox One. But he's hoping something like that will get moved over soon. But who knows? I don't know. Is there any town building ones on Xbox One? I don't think so. Is there?
I haven't noticed any. I usually kind of ignore them because they never seem very satisfactory.
Yeah, I don't use them either.
Yeah.
No, it's not my sort of thing, so I generally leave those sort of things alone when it comes to Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, I love that kind of stuff, but it's really hard to build a mod that does enough, I mean, it was even hard for Bethesda to build stuff into a game like Fallout 4,
True.
Or Hearthfire's stuff. It's even harder for a modder, I think. But yeah.
Oh, let's see. That's Game Awards. Oh yes, Jeremy's doing some Game Awards over at Game Talk. Okay, I say Game Talk. Let's see if I have the categories here. I'll pull up the Facebook post in a minute. I'll get that while we're listening to the next. Let's see. Let's Play Fallout. Going through my email here. So many emails in here. Here we go. Feedback for Roundtable Episode 1. This is from. It's from Ray. Let's see. Here we go. Let me. I can open that right up in Google Drive, I think. All right, I got to go to my drive to play it, though. That's the problem. I forgot that I actually had to go to the drive to play it. Sorry about that.
Go.
I hit on it, and then I was like, oh, that's a problem. That's not going to play. Rusty, Let's see. Skyrim, SC Roundtable. There we go. I may just download the other ones. It's probably easier for me. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Let's just download it. That'll be faster.
If you want, I can chat about my character.
Go on. Go for it.
Yeah. So after a little bit of help from...
Hello, this is Ray.
Whoops, sorry about
Colin.
that.
First episode.
Go ahead. Sorry about that. It started playing automatically. Producer of the year.
So yeah, after help from Colin on Facebook, I downloaded Ordinator and sorted out all of my magicka and all the rest of it. And I've been running around for the first time ever playing Skyrim as a mage. My character's called Tanis. He's obviously a mage, an elf, and has been running amok around Skyrim at the moment, trying to get as many spells under his belt as possible, ready to kick ass at the moment. I initially had some issues as never doing much spell type stuff before. I accidentally cast Mage Light at Jazago at a really bad moment in a battle, trying to get Candlelight because I couldn't see. And just generally getting confused with a lot of things like that, because I just sword and board it. So, I never really have to think too much about anything. And then obviously, as I'd never actually done any Mage Guild quests before as well, to pick up Jazago, you have to do his quest about the Fire Scrolls.
Oh yes, yeah,
yeah. Considering that I'm running this this playthrough as if I die, then that's it, sort of thing, and on the hardest level, that almost caught me completely. I almost killed my character off straight away.
That would have been a horrible way to die and end the character.
Yeah. So literally, the first fire scroll fired off as one of the undead came towards me, and I think it was a Draugr. I went into the crypt where the Draugr have started running amok in there, and I can't remember. I think that's in I can't remember exactly where it is off the top of my head now. I should have written that down. But as soon as he did that, all I did was just run through the whole entire place. But I fired off my special ability for my magicka to regenerate quicker. And I was just running around, just healing myself with both hands, just running at things. I think that was the easiest way I found that to work.
Yeah, did you put anything into health? Because it's tough with that bloody thing. It kills you.
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
That's what I do.
The first fire scroll kicked off, and it literally almost killed me.
Oh man.
So I mean that was pretty much like level 4. I was level 4 at that moment.
Oh god.
So then I realised at that point that Jazago is a dick.
Yep.
He is a dick, yes. And he is just covered in fur. So after that, I was very perturbed at actually taking him around with me, but I took him around anyway. Suffice to say, unfortunately, rest in peace, Jazago. I got so annoyed with him that I threw a fireball at him and shot him off the top of Hrothgar.
Oh, you brought him up there with you?
Yeah, I took him up there, and after he helped me kill off the troll on the way up, and I learned my shouts and stuff like that, I turned around, I looked at him, and I thought, do you know what? You're a dick, So I literally lit his ass on fire and just watched him flail off the top end of there and just ragdoll all the way down.
That's a very traditional spot to murder companions, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fusro Da or whatever. Yeah, it's
right off the mountain there.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, considering that he tried to set fire to me, I'd return the favor.
Absolutely deserved it.
Yeah, he basically smelt like burnt catnip.
It's also a good place to kill Shadowmere by accident if you hand the controller.
Oops.
This was when Connor was, I don't know, it was when the game first came out. So what was that, 5 years ago? So he was like 4, whatever. I had no idea you could kill Shadowmere at that point. And he ran him off High Hrothgar and found a way. I was like, where did the horse go? He's like, he died. I was like, oh, great.
Yeah, the only thing I found out, though, after that is I had to buy my way back into the Mage Guild because I killed him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they penalize you. That's true.
Yeah, they weren't too happy about that. Apparently, they didn't really like cats.
They don't like. They've lost so many apprentices over the years. They just don't like losing them.
Yeah, they just need the bodies.
Well, to be honest, I could have just gone down there and risen him from the dead and walked over into the college and just left him there at the gate. But I thought that would have been a little bit harsh. Plus, he stank. But yeah, that's essentially what happened with me and Jazago, really.
Mage is a tough early play, for sure. Yeah. As I said, as I'd never done those quests before, that one caught me by surprise. I thought, flame cloak, just walk through, kill a few Draugr, it'll be easy. No. Are you working illusion in with it?
No, not really. What I've done is I took on Colin's advice and I found out that runes are really useful, especially when you're going up against Draugr that haven't actually come out of their crypts yet.
Oh, you can set
because you just fire a rune off just by their crypt and they will blow up in their crypt as they're trying to get up.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, I never really did that. I always try and shoot them with stuff.
So what I did is just stuck fire runes on both hands, and I just fired one off to the left because I was going down a corridor, and there was about 6 or 7 of them because I got the amulet pieces, the fragments.
Oh yeah, the Galdor amulet.
The Galdor amulet.
Yeah, I've got that now. I've put that together, and that last bit where you go through in the last antechamber. I literally fired them off at the caskets as I was walking down. So I was literally just walking through the middle of the room and just burning them as they went across.
That's a good way.
So it as I said, Colin, if you ever want to try it, it is actually quite a lot of fun doing it that way.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it. Did you manage to get the special runes from Talvis over in Solstan?
No. You never told me about that.
Yeah, Talvis. What's his name?
Nellis?
He's the mage. Yeah, Nellis' apprentice.
Yeah.
And he has frenzy runes, poison runes, and ash runes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No
but don't they cost more though? They're pretty high level spells, aren't they?
That's all right. I think I'm level 26 now. Oh. I've just been derping around and leveling myself up, ready for the rest of the quests.
Well, I mean, they cost a lot of magicka, so...
No, but I've been piling into magicka.
It's high elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if I go into a major battle, I just fire off my special ability and just sit there and watch them try and kill me. Especially if I set a load of runes and traps in different places now. So what I'll do is I'll plan out my my attack strategy, and if I know roughly where a dragon's going to land, if he's landed there once, he'll land there again the next time round, and I just dump a whole load of runes down. And I think I posted a picture up on Facebook a little while ago, which almost looked like a whole entire screen full of fire. Yeah, basically the dragon landed just as I finished placing my last rune, and I ran out of magicka, and I didn't quite run far enough away.
Oh no.
And it just obliterated the whole entire area.
How many runes can you do right now?
Pardon?
How many runes can you put down right now?
I haven't counted, but I lost count as I was dropping them down. So I don't know how many actually went off, but I haven't actually seen any disappear.
They don't disappear, but they do go go inactive.
Ah, right.
Was it Ordinator is great for runes because it has some extra special, extra perks to attach to it.
Yeah, I've got those.
I think you can get up to lay down 5 active runes, or maybe 10.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah,
yeah, I think it was probably 10 then, because it was one hell of a bang when it went off.
Is that in Destruction?
They were all in a very tight spot.
It's in the Destruction one. Let me pull that up, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it tells you exactly how many. I think it just tells you it's like
you can do them. Yeah, you can go further distance and increases the amount of active runes you can have.
Yeah, but it never tells you what the cap is, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
What I should do is just lay them in a row.
and then have another follower run over them and see how many go.
I don't think your followers trigger them, though, do they?
I don't think they do. This says you can do 3 times as many runes, 75 feet away for rune caster or whatever it is.
Mm.
And destruction runes no longer deal instant damage, but inflict stacking 10-second elemental burn.
I haven't taken those ones yet. I left it as just a straight up destruction runes at the moment.
Yeah, that's Ancient Seals, the one right above it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know whether or not that was worth taking that one, if it was going to make it any better, or whether or not it was just going to penalise me a little bit more. Because it sounds like rather than immediate damage, it was going to do
slow damage,
overtime damage.
Yeah, I don't know if that's better, if it gives you more damage overall, or but you could also die in the meantime, waiting for that damage to happen, especially when you're a mage with no armor and. Yep.
When they have 0 armor, and especially if you have Jazago hanging around behind you being a dick.
Yeah, that would be a problem. That would definitely be a problem.
Yeah, so I'm coming to the conclusion that I really don't like followers at the moment.
Oh god.
So I'd never taken them before.
Hello, this is Ray, and this is the first.
Jeez, that automatically plays now. There must have been an update to iOS or OS, whatever.
Yeah.
Where now when I hit the space bar, it plays it instead of just bringing it up in a separate screen, and now it automatically plays it. So that's what's happening. Sorry about that. Jesus. Because all I want to do is enlarge the box so I can hit play and see how long it is and all that. But never mind. It's still better than Windows. Playing something in Windows is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It has to open up something else and all that. But
yeah. So I've got the shouts, and I've gotten up to where we need to be at the moment. So I've just been hanging around now. Just as I said, I got the Golder amulet and all the rest of it, which is really nice and handy because I'd never bothered doing that quest before.
Is Galdor still 30-30-30 in Coordinator? Okay.
I think so, yeah. I think it's 30-30-30.
That's a pretty good amulet.
No, it's well worth it for my character anyway.
Yeah, especially early on. You're not going to find much better than that.
Yeah. And I really, really hate the... who's the guy that the Thalmor at the college?
Oh, yeah. What's his name again?
I've just done it, and I've completely forgotten his name.
Alcano.
Yeah, I just want to shove my fist up his ass and fire from fireball. Yep.
Yeah. If we could have some fan art of that, please. Anybody? I don't care if it's a 4-year-old with a big yellow and orange crayon. Just please draw it.
Anything, anyone at all, please.
Maybe I should do a mod for that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be an amazing mod.
Yeah, your final act against him is to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate him. I absolutely hate him. He is a yellow prick.
He's not the nicest fellow in the world. I'll say that.
No.
He doesn't come off real well when you first meet him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know whether or not it was worth me just trying to kill him anyway, but I don't think it'll let you at that point.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
You can foot roll die him to the floor and he doesn't do anything.
Really?
Oh, really? I don't think I've ever tried that. Maybe something.
Yeah, I have to try it. You're some Stormcloak, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true. I should just go do it. Just
Don't
to do it.
foot roll dice. Was it Talmor mages to the floor? What's the matter with you?
That's true. I should just. I haven't been to the college yet, though. I don't think.
Yeah, I also randomly came across the Thalmor patrol, and they decided to attack me because I was lingering around too much. And I think I accidentally killed the prisoner in the crossfire, and that's probably why some of the Whiterun guards decided to try and kill me. But I'm not sure.
The prisoners are really difficult to
not kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you've got an area of effect to your fire spells. So it does cause a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, because they have
and the AI makes them do weird things too. Like they'll start to fight you instead of. It's weird. I've never quite figured out why they didn't sort of fix that up a little bit, but.
Yeah, I'd preferred if he ran away from the area instead. He just ran straight into the middle, and then everyone got incinerated in a massive ball of fire. Yeah. And then I was stood there looking at a pile of ash on the floor, thinking, crap.
It's all right. It was just a Nord. Don't worry about
it. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably smelled bad anyway.
Yeah, I could smell his beard singeing on the floor somewhere. but then, of course, I walked into the middle of. I think it was Whiterun, and then there was a vampire attack.
Oh, yes,
so of course I was killing off the vampire. I killed the vampire, and then the guards turned on me. But unfortunately, because they turned on me as I was firing my last shot, I killed 3 of them. And then I had saved up enough money to buy my next set of robes that were higher level. And they then charged me 1,500 gold to, not go to jail. So I was like, oh, right, fine then.
I usually just go to jail and serve out my sentence.
Yeah. I didn't know whether or not it was worth doing that or not, but I decided not to go to prison.
Well, you lose some experience, but other than that, it's...
But yeah, so that's pretty much my character at the moment. Considering that he's neutral, so I don't really care about many people at the moment. So I've just been playing it a little less good and a little bit more sort of like, if you piss me off, I'm just going to light your ass on fire. Or electrocute you to the floor. But generally I like firing goats off at people at the moment. Just blast a goat off somewhere and then you just see it ragdoll and hit someone.
Oh, that's right.
Goats are great for all kinds of things.
Are you playing with no armor at all?
Yep, no armor at all whatsoever.
So just using the alteration spells. Which Ordinator has some great perks for that. There was another one that I chatted with Colin about as well. So I loaded a load of perks into one of my into a specific spell. So you can load 3 into one, and then whenever you get attacked and you go into any fight, it automatically casts them all. But I don't know whether or not it's glitched slightly because even if I don't have it equipped, it still fires off those spells now. Oh, really? Does it? Oh,
yeah. It doesn't have to be equipped.
Oh, so you just load it all up and then just forget about it.
Just load it all up, and you can change them as well. Just equip the spell, cast it again, and then you can restart the other 3. So if you get an improvement to your mage armor spell, use that, cast that, and then that will be loaded in. It's a Okator's Recital, I think, and that's really good.
Yeah, no, I've absolutely loved that because because when I'm doing dungeon running and stuff like that, it'll cast off a candlelight. I think not stone skin. What's the highest one?
Ebony flesh.
Ebony flesh.
And, I haven't got ebony flesh. What's the next one down? Iron flesh.
Yeah.
Iron skin.
I think it's iron skin. Yeah, iron skin, candlelight, and I think a flame cloak if I'm going into places where I know there's going to be lots of Draugr. But unfortunately, it doesn't help very well when you're rocking around and then you set fire to yourself and then everything blows up around you.
That's a good point.
Walking into an oil slick.
Oh, no, not even that. I didn't notice the shimmer in the air at one point. And of course, because I'd never played anything with any remotely any type of fire type things, and of course, me rocking around with both my hands out with fire, flame cloak on, just walking past, and then boom, almost killed myself again.
Yeah, I've done that many times. There's a few spells I've been playing with in Apocalypse that continue burning on the floor, and I keep walking through them.
Oh dear!
I'm getting hurt. I'm like,
although I
remember to stop doing that.
I did decide that I was going to up my skill a little bit in healing, so I just stood on one of those trip plates tracks. And then just stood there and just set myself on fire and just continuously healed myself for a little while.
That's a good idea. Yeah, just have the flames keep going off and just stand in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew special.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That sounds exactly like what you would do.
Apocalypse has a great spell that I'm using at the moment. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, I have whatever spell, like self-beneficial spell I have in my left hand. I cast this other one with my right hand on my follower, and it casts that spell on my follower. So I can give Lydia stone and flesh, or I can give her a healing spell. And there's some great effect. There's one healing spell that Apocalypse added where you cast it on yourself, but the healing doesn't happen until 10 seconds after you've cast it. And It's a progressive thing. Over 10 seconds, it heals you for 40 each second for 10 seconds.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so while you're fighting, you get this big yellow glow come around you like an aura. I can also cast, I forgot what it was, the one from the Dawn God. Sun something. It's like the sun aura or Stendar's aura. There we go.
Oh,
Stendar's
yeah,
aura.
that does. Yeah, like the sun
Giant
flash.
ball of sunlight. Yeah, it does damage to undead.
Nice. No,
yeah, Andrew's using one of those Ordinator or Apocalypse spells in his Bard's College one, which sounded really good too. It's one of the restoration spells.
Yeah, no, that's really good. With Ordinator and Apocalypse, because I've got both of those as well. I've found a lot of those spells are quite good when you're
They're very imaginative. Yeah.
Yeah. No, one of the other options that I've used as well is some of the healing spells and stuff like that. If you go up the Ordinator tree, there's a couple where like when you enter combat, you get like 10 extra, 10% more magicka regeneration whilst you're in combat. So even if you're using a spell, it's still regenerating your spell points still.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It will stop, but this time round with that specific perk, it still goes through. And then once that finishes, it also starts damaging undead in a certain area around you. So I've got that as well because I've been going through quite a lot of dungeons with heavy amounts of undead, and that's really been helping. Just constantly, as soon as I'm within an area of anything, I'm constantly dealing it damage. Until I turn around and manage to blast the crap out of them with some fire spells or runes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think I don't think I would have been able to do this playthrough with that character. I probably would have been dead by now if it wouldn't have been for Ordinator and Apocalypse. So Colin, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I think
I'm a little bit jealous.
I'm sorry.
A little jealous now.
Well, you got what you wanted out of your role.
Yes, I did. Very
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my kiss in the post. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me pull up. I'll pull up Ray's feedback here. We'll see what he's doing in the game. If anybody wants me to pause it, just say, "Hey, pause it," and I'll pause it.
Hello, this is Ray, and this is the first episode of the Skyrim Roundtable for character Cyrodiil Stormarin. Waking in a wagon, it's filled with men dressed in the same cuirass that got me in so much trouble to start. Now I'm dressed in rags. How long have I been out? There's another man in the wagon with his mouth gagged too. It quickly becomes clear my life in Skyrim will be short. My mind drifts the thoughts of the family, what could have been. There's another one of them damn Thalmor. My mind fog lifts again as I'm pushed forward and hear the captain say, "To the blocks, prisoner." Looking up at the executioner, I couldn't help notice he's got a booger. Fire falls from the sky and this massive creature lands on the keep. Pandemonium. Following Ralof into the keep, I finally meet Ulfric Stormcloak and was struck by how cool his demeanor is after such a harrowing event. Exiting the cave, Ralof told me to meet me at his sister's. With all that just had happened, I needed to search the area and find some food and see what supplies I could round up. I need some money. Quickly finding some bandit camp, my training quickly outstripped their fury. A couple of trips to Riverwood, and I was feeling better about my situation. Continuing to explore, I entered Brindleshin Pass. Finding a few skeletons, it seems like it'll be an easy trip, but a nasty necromancer changes that view. Poisoning an arrow, I give him a quick dose of Drain Magicka. He starts hurling ice bolt after ice bolt that I adeptly dodge. Once his Magicka runs out, he's much easier to finish off. This is a strange smelling place. So after looting his chest, I packed up and moved back out the way I came in. Heading back to Riverwood, I passed a cabin with a kind old woman. She says how she's no bother and how hard it is being so old. I asked if I can come in and rest. It sounded like she said okay. Looking around, things didn't add up. Lots of alchemy ingredients laying around and a book on alchemy. I noticed a trap door and picked the lock. What's she hiding down here? A note on the cover makes it quite clear that she's a witch. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Exiting the cabin, she tries to set me on fire. Not even a chance to tell her I don't care if she's a witch. I had to convince her to stop with my steel greatsword. Too bad. Continuing back to Riverwood, I see a small keep, and so I go up, take a look. Silly bandits always have to be so hostile. It's so bad for their health. Following the path out of the keep, I see there's a structure that I saw the dragon fly to from Helgen. I wonder if it's still there. Maybe I could sneak up and take another peek. Just can't get too close. No dragon, but more damn raiders. This is some sort of temple. I'll see what's inside. The bandits were of little challenge, but the giant wounded frostbite spider took a lot more work. Could this demanding dark elf be any more annoying? I may have to kill him if he doesn't shut up. Let's see what Arvel the Swift's game is. Sneaky bastard ran off. What does he think he's up to? He made it past one Draugr, but the restless one got him. I'll liberate the claw and continue on. A blade trap. Gods, I hate these things. Whew, not a scratch. More Draugr, another blade trap, more Draugr. What have I gotten into here? Okay, this is what the claw was for. Now this is why you go cave diving. This room is incredible. And what's this writing on the wall? Oh, and what's it doing to me? Why do I understand it? To mean force. This is strange. That crypt is sliding open. Not another damn Draugr. Crap, it's an overlord. He's blasting me with his voice. Is that the same thing the Imperial general was accusing the Stormcloaks of doing? Nice loot, ancient great sword of cold, iron armor, and some old-looking stone with a map carved on it. That's got to be worth something. That clock either isn't bad either. I'll have to stop by that trader in Riverwood and see what I can get for this stuff. When I enter, the trader and his sister are fighting. Turns out the claw was his, and he paid me 400 gold to get it back. This has turned out to be a lucrative area. I'll have to keep looking around. Bumping around town, I talk to the locals. I do a favor for a Nord named Sven. Seems like an interesting guy. I'll ask him if he wants to travel with me. He agreed. I stop at Gerder's house and check in with Rayloff. He's still laying low. Gerder gives me some supplies and asks me to go to Whiterun and tell the Jarl about the dragon. Somebody should go, I agreed. Sven and I headed to Whiterun to talk to the Jarl. Nearing the city, we run across a band of warriors fighting a giant. Looks like fun. We take a couple of shots ourselves. Afterwards, they thank us and suggest we might consider joining the companions. Could be something to do. We continue to the gates and are stopped by the guard, who said the city's closed because of the dragon. I tell him I have news for the Jarl, and he lets us in. The Jarl is grateful. We are given a nice set of leather armor. We may hang around. He wants me to talk to his wizard, who asked me to search some ruins. Turns out the tablet I picked up was important after all. I like Whiterun. And that concludes Unbound, Before the Storm, Bleak Falls Barrow, and Golden Claw.
As I lose my voice, thank you, Ray. I knew what was going to happen when he ran into that poor old woman who everybody steals her house.
Yeah.
I just had a terrible feeling about what was going to go down there.
I don't think I've ever met her.
Oh, really? It's a great early house to use. She's a witch. She's just minding her own business out there in the middle of nowhere, but she has safe storage in her basement.
Yeah, and alchemy, is there an enchanting table down there in the vanilla game?
God, I don't know. I think there is, though. I think it has alchemy and enchanting. Yeah. Yeah, so
what was that, Colin? I'm sorry.
Yes, there's both.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a really good find early in the game, Anissa's cabin.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't blame people for stealing it. It kind of is what it is.
I do.
Yeah. Granted, I mean, she is just minding her own business out there. I do need to get down to Angie's cabin because I haven't been there in so long. I totally forgot where it was. And
you were saying that in the Skyrim Addict last week.
Yeah, and
you found it?
No, I mean I know where it is now. I remember where it is now, but I haven't since I'm not fast traveling. And I'm doing the Stormcloak stuff. I'm up north right now, so to get down there would be a bit of a jaunt. So
yeah, I'm not fast traveling either. It's the first time I'm not doing that as well.
I'm coming across places I forgot about and haven't played in so long, and I'm like, yeah, this is why you don't fast travel, because you come across so many little things. It's terrific.
I never fast travel, but I confess that I do use alternate carriage mods and things like that, which help a little bit with that.
Well, they add to the immersion. Like I'll use a carriage here and there, especially since my house is in Markarth.
yeah, for sure.
My poor daughter hasn't seen me in probably a month at this point.
Is she living there alone, or
yeah, right now she's alone right now out there. out there in Markarth.
You're a rotten parent.
It's okay. The Forsworn are all dead, so
okay.
She's
safe then.
I took care of the city first, so. But that's the first time I've owned that house out there, so
I love Lindrel Hall. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It is really nice. Playing Stormcloaks and going out there though was a little tough, just because you don't go out there really. For that quest line, I don't think.
Yeah, I've only just started to join the Stormcloaks. I've never done the Civil War thing either.
Yeah, I'm probably a third of the way through it right now. So yeah. But I just got sidetracked in Volnruud, so.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just start to do that and use that to help me level up a little bit more.
Yeah, I've really been leveling up my character outside of the stuff. So, Oh, what's this? I don't know if I'm going to be able to play. This is a weird file. All right, let's see if this works. This is from Keith. Let's see. He's all over the place in the feedback, he said. So, there we go. I'll pull it up and see what happens. So, this is a video file. That's weird. It's opening up, though.
See how it goes, I suppose.
There we go.
Hey everyone, this is Keith calling in for my Roundtable feedback. I am playing a female orc. Her name is Nasha, and her warrior skill is archery. Her mage skill is destruction. I am actually dipping my toes in a little bit of everything in Magicka, and her thief skill is alchemy. Her Civil War side is Empire. Her Guardian Stone is Shadowstone. Her home will be Honeyside. She'll be adopting Samuel. And let me see, my stats grade is 1 health, 3 magicka, and 2 stamina. A humanoid Fowler is Frey. Rican Fowler is the other Fowler. My spouse is Vorstag. And my faction is College of Winterhold. Let me see, as right before I start recording this, my conjuration is 20. My destruction is 20. My restoration is 18. Alteration is 19. Enchanting is 30. My smithing is 30. Block is 25. One-handed is 30. Archery is 33. Light armor is 32. Sneak is 20. Well, I need to work on that. And my alchemy is 22. I have a bunch of potions that I need to have a little spree of making potions here.
Whoops, sorry, paused it for a second, and I muted myself when I started talking. So alchemy, you can level up that super quick. That's generally something you can level up quick. And I really like what Ordinator adds to alchemy.
I've not looked.
Yeah, it adds, it might be a little overpowered because you can get the, let's see, am I in alchemy? No, that's alteration. Let me pull it up. You can get the all the effects by eating the element, by eating whatever, at level 30.
Is it 30 or 40? I thought it was
level 30. Yeah,
30. Wow. Yeah, that is low.
Experimenter.
I've taken advantage of it. But
Certainly. I am in this playthrough actually, but you get the advanced lab like you do with the enchanting, where you get the advanced enchanting table, or in smithing you get the advanced wheel or table or whatever. Where it's 25% stronger at that specific lab if you pay for it. So for leveling enchanting, definitely Ordinator is a nice way to go if you're playing enchanting.
Nice. Tomorrow sometime. But I did the alt life mod, and I started in the Orchid Stronghold. And when I was heading out there, I decided that my girl decided that she does not like the lifestyle of a female orc. So she wanted to go to the major city, which is Markarth. On the way, she was noticed several flowers and really didn't know what they was for, and decided she would pick them and later figure out what it was for. On the way, she decided she was going to go to her, closest city she can find, and she was attacked by several Forsworn, and that is where she obtained her first bow. As she traveled close to Markarth, at the Markarth stable, she met a gentleman who was talking about how he trained dogs, and he was talking about some dog food that he wanted delivered. So I picked up that quest to a lady in the Understore Keep. There's two actually quests I like to pick up in Markarth for a quick 500 gold. That quest and a quest at the Hag's Cure, delivering a potion to another gentleman, which we won't speak what that potion was about. But that's also an Underscore Keep. That's a quick 500 gold. And also, if you do that quest for the lady in the Hag's Cure, you can go back to the Hag's Cure, and majority of the ingredients in the Hag's Cure is not marked steel anymore. Just be careful, because some of them are marked steel, and you can usually get a good collection of alchemy ingredients right off the bat there. Then took the carriage to Right and traveled on the Riverwood, and slept for the night at Sleeping Giant Inn, and woke up this morning around, and I ended up at Emmerstride Mine. And at the chest, after you cross that bridge and that door, we had to go through the cage. I found a couple good little goodies. I found some shoes that made sneaking 40% easier. Necklace of minor alchemy, a banded shield.
Wait, he found the muffle shoes that low?
Andrew's gonna be pissed.
That's amazing. I just heard. I was like, wait, something registered for me there. I was like, wait, somebody looks for. Oh, Andrew. I'm like, oh my god, he found there was an Ember Shard mine. Oh my god, I've never found anything like super useful in there. I mean, it's a good little place to start out and kill some things, but he found the muffle. Found the muffle shoes in there. That's great. I know Andrew looks for those constantly though. But
yeah, I bet you Andrew's just sat there listening to this and just crying into his Xbox controller.
That's too good.
Resist Frost. Left off on the Emershot mine and took off to go sell my goods. At where the Golden Call quest is at. I took the quest to go to Bleak Falls Barrow, and the way out, I noticed Fandel, I think his name is, and I took his, did a little quest to lie to Cameron, and got him as a follower. I like to use him right off the bat, because he also has some good ingredients in his house, so I get him for the ingredients in his house, his key to his house, and also he's a trainer in archery. So I trained up what little bit of cash I had right then, a couple levels I think it was. Let me see. Then I went to Bleak Falls Barrow. Nothing much in there. I tend to, the guy that's doing the first puzzle with the arrow shoot at you, I tend to always kill him before he hits that lever to kill himself because he don't know what he's doing. Also, the guy with the spider web hanging up, he'll run off if you let him down. I'm sure other newcomers here know he'll take off running from you, so I don't even give him a chance to run off.
Actually, if you hang on a sec,
kind of whack him right quick. He's usually on an arrow.
It takes quick time. There we go. There we go. It opened up a quick time.
I know what he did. I did exactly the same as him. I killed the guy before he set up the trap, and also the elf that was in the spider web. I just fried him.
Yeah, he's an asshole anyway.
I do the same thing always. Yeah.
He obviously needed saving from life.
Yeah, Arvel, I'm okay with killing him as soon as possible because he's a weenie anyways. But yeah, I usually kill the guy too with the lever. The past, now that people have mentioned it, like the last 2 playthroughs, I've let him kill himself. But generally, I do it too. It's natural, you come around that corner and he's right there.
I came to the conclusion that I'd rather gain the experience points from him rather than him waste it on killing himself.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
That's a good point, actually.
Then I went back to Sleeping Giant Inn. Picked up the Unbound quest. With the mod, it wasn't an easy pop-up. I didn't know how to get the quest. And speaking of I think it was Andrew who told me how to do that. And I got the Unbound quest. And that quest, it kind of puts you in Helgen backwards, or it did put you in Helgen backwards.
Oh, yeah.
The back end of it. And there laid Ralof and Hadvar. Both of them was asking for a potion. And I chose Hadvar and left Ralof there to tend to herself. And because I think the message was if you don't leave, the cave is something's going to cave on, the building's going to close on, the cave is going to close or cave in on you. Went to Helgen. Out of there, where'd I go with that? Oh yeah, me and did so much stuff in between. It's all not in order by all means, but me and Fadolf headed towards Fort Amal to get the bound bow. Yeah, I was wandering around picking stuff, ingredients, just trying to get my alchemy up. And before you know it, a saber cat attacked me from behind. I took off running down the hill. And I was running down, hit some water, and I turned around, and I was facing the direction I started running down the hill, and this saber cut was falling down the hill, and my buddy, he actually got him for me, and luckily, there's a mod that Andrew was telling me about, this cloak mod, and you need a saber cat pelt to make a cloak that has a white and gray in it, which my plans are to use that to wear while I'm in the colder climates, which makes a lot better wearing it. Thanks for that, Andrew. Of course, like I said, I've did a lot more other things than I've mentioned on this. it's just hard to keep up with everything, and I'll try to do a better job about that. One other thing, I have started some of the Winterhold quest. Went to the town there and started that, and I was in the bar there. What's the name? The Frozen Hearth or Heath, I think it's called. And I got attacked by vampires just leaving and some death hounds. And I think I got another necklace off a lady that didn't make it through the attack. And I don't have that written down, but anyway. That's what all I got for now. I'll try to get better about my notes next time. And, it was Brina.
Oh, yeah.
I got a minor pickpocketing necklace and one other necklace. Resist fire necklace. Excuse me. When I go to Soulstone for my follower, that will surely help me. Hope everybody's doing fine, and I'm surely enjoying the new Skyrim that's out and got many hours in it. And I think I've spent more time looking at mods than I have actually playing the game when I first started. But thanks. Y'all have a good day, good night, whenever this comes out, and y'all have a good one. Bye.
Thanks,
That's
Keith.
great to hear from Keith.
Yeah, Keith's been around a long time with the group and all.
Yeah.
Many years. Oh, yeah.
So you got the bamboo.
Yeah, that's hard to get that low level, honestly.
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
You go to Amol, it's in a bucket.
It's hard to find, yeah.
Yeah, it's in a bucket in the corner of the room I think it's the prison entrance, the prison door entrance. But it's tough. At a low level to get in there, there's when you enter the room where the bow is, there's 3 mages in there.
Yeah, they're all fire mages, apprentice fire mages or something like that.
Yeah, they might be leveled, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's tough when you go in there. And the guy is right in front of you at a table, so it's not like you're like hiding when you come in. He's like right there. So unless your sneak is pretty high, you're not generally getting past him sneaking at a low level.
Yeah, Freya's been using the bound bow because she pulled conjuration for her mage skill. So
nice.
So I went to get that fairly early on. She's like at level 60 something conjuration now. So
yeah, Amol is a tough get that low. But yeah, the vampire attacks can be a pain because you can lose people that are useful in towns too. That's also
really.
Well, did I hear somebody say recently just don't travel at night and they won't they don't attack? Is that true?
Really?
All these hundreds and hundreds of hours, but that didn't sound right to me.
I've turned up in different places and there's been like left bodies on the floor and stuff like that. So I don't think that's really the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it happens more if I fast travel directly into a city.
Yeah, they spawn. Yeah. But is it but at night or I mean, gosh, you think I'd know all this stuff
I don't recall either. To be honest, it could be both. And you would think it would be something you would notice after this amount of hours, but apparently we're not that observant.
Apparently not.
I mean, I can.
Wait, what game are we talking about again?
I mean, I know the Dragonborn guys come and visit you at any time of day, but the vampires are out during the day, so I can't imagine it would be a nighttime thing.
Yeah.
All right, so I have an email here that I'm going to read, and this one is from. Let me scroll down to the bottom there. It doesn't say. I'm not sure who it's from. Jacob. Sorry about that. There we go. So, hey guys, love the podcast. Decided to join in the roundtable. So here are my stats. His player name is Raven House of Hammond. Gender female. Orc. Warrior skill 2-handed. Mage skill conjuration. Thief skilled light armor. Civil Wars with the Empire. Class he's a ranger. Guardian stone the Steed stone. Home is Winstead Manor. And the orphan is Blaze that he picks up. His health, magic, and stamina is 213. Humanoid follower is Cicero, who is a pretty powerful follower from what I remember. You just have to go through the whole quest line to get him. Second follower is the armored troll, Andrew's favorite. His spouse is Darkethus. I don't know. Is that a Argonian?
Argonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right off of what's that place on the side of the hot springs there?
Dark Water Crossing.
Yeah, Darkwater. Yeah.
Yeah.
His faction is the Bard College. My God, this is like a dream for Andrew. This thing, the Armored Troll and the Bard College. His alignment is neutral. House Carl Valdemar. Is that from Dawnguard? Valdemar? No? Okay.
He's one of the Hearthfire houses.
Okay.
Must be Winstead, because...
Winstead. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gregor is Heliarchan.
The home is Cathless Farm. I don't think I've ever had that.
That's Solitude.
Voldemar is spell and sword as well. He wears light armor and he's one-handed and has magic.
Oh, okay. So he's playing on PS4 with some mods that make it look better and only help me out a little bit, like the one that adds 350 spells. So that's, I assume, either Apocalypse or the other spell one, right?
I think that's Fendrix.
Fendrix has 350, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are the adventures of Raven, House of Hammond. Raven never knew who her real family was. What's that?
Interesting name.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it's an interesting name. Raven never knew who her real family was, but was raised by an elf named Mora, who was cast out for studying the arts of conjuration. She raised Raven like Raven was her own and trained her in conjuration and how to fight. One day, as Raven was out hunting for food, a horde of vampires came and killed Mora. She tracked them down and almost got killed herself, but before she passed out, she heard them talking about heading back to Skyrim. When Raven came to, she headed to the docks, stole a boat, and started towards Skyrim. But when she got there, word had reached the Empire, and she was arrested. As she was heading towards the chopping block, a black dragon with piercing red eyes came crashing down. While everyone was distracted, Raven followed Stormcloak into the tower for safety. She wondered why the Stormcloak soldier didn't free her hand, but instead wanted her to follow him up the tower stairs where the dragon broke through the walls and almost set her on fire, and then to jump out the hole in the burning house.
That's a good point.
This is a fair point right there. Like, cut the damn things off your hands a little sooner, please. When she got out of the house, she ran into the Imperial soldier that was taking names at the execution, but he was willing to help and protect her until they could get to a safe place. Once safe inside, the Imperial soldier named Rayloff cut the ropes off her hands. With a gesture, she decided if she had a chance, she would join him in the Empire. Rayloff gave her some armor, a weapon. It was a small sword, but it did its job, and she could get her hands on a two-handed weapon that she knows best. As they tried to escape Helgen, they ran into the Stormcloaks. She wanted to escape, but the Stormcloaks thought she was from the Empire, so they attacked her. So she did what she had to survive. About 30 minutes later, Rayloff and Raven escaped Helgen, but the dragon wasn't too far behind them as it flew over their heads. Rayloff told her to follow him to Riverwood. His uncle was there as a blacksmith. And she could get some food and rest before heading out. After the food and rest in Riverwood, Rayloff's uncle, Alvor, told them to head to Whiterun, tell the Jarl what happened in Helgen.
Okay, just he's confused Rayloff and Hadvar, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think he flip-flopped them. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was getting a bit confused there.
Yeah, you know what happened on my game? One of my other games I did Alt Start on? When I went back into the cave, they were both still alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
you have to choose which one to give a potion to.
They wouldn't do anything after I did that. They just kept running around. Yeah. Yeah, so there was something glitched out or something. Just something weird happened. But yeah, I couldn't stop. I couldn't do anything with either of them. I'm like, oh, Jesus, you got to be kidding me. so I just skipped
that all over again.
I just skipped the dragon part. I'm like, I'm not going to do dragons anyway, so whatever. On the way to Whiterun, she stopped by the Riverwood Trader, where she overheard a conversation about a stolen golden claw. So she butted in and said she would find it for a fee. She headed towards Bleak Falls Barrow, and with her iron warhammer, she rushed through the barrow, killing everything in sight. Her toughest battle was a giant spider, but with a few potions, she killed it and freed a dark elf from the spider web. That little bastard ran and said, "Why should I share the treasure?" So she ran after him. She almost got him, but he stepped on a trap, and a spike gate took him out. So she grabbed the claw and headed forward, making her way through, smashing everything she came to, and then a wall with a symbol like what was on the claw. So she put the symbols together, opened the wall with the claw. Then she came to a room that had a wall that was out of place and had some weird writing on it. So she slowly walked towards it. As she got closer, part of the words started to glow, and that glow surrounded her, and she felt an incredible power. Just then, a tomb opened, and a powerful draugr came out, and a gust of wind came out of his mouth, but all it did was enrage Raven, and with a few swings, he was dead. So she headed out of the cave and took the claw back to the trader, then headed to Whiterun. When she got to the front gates, a guard told her that the city was closed due to the dragon attack, but after telling him her story, he told her to head on in. She rushed to the castle, spoke to the Jarl about what happened in Helgen, and so he told her to talk to the wizard, so she did. Farengar, the wizard, asked Raven to fetch a dragonstone from Bleak Falls Barrow, but Raven luckily already grabbed it off the dead draugr. Just then, Irlath, the head guard, rushed in, saying that there was a recent dragon attack for them to follow her to the Jarl. Follow her and talk to the Jarl. And that is where we will end this adventure. Right now, he's just using two-handed weapon because he doesn't have many conjuration spells that he can use. So he only has one. Oh, this is one of those. He has conjuration, but he only gets 1 point per 6 to put into magic. but that will not stop me. But that's enchanting.
It's like Slythe being two-handed with no health.
Yeah. These things happen sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge to work around, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Enchanting, alchemy, both of those things will definitely help you quite a bit, for sure. Let's see. All right. Is this another one from Ray? Okay, this might be another one from Ray. Let's see. Just download it there.
Excuse me.
Let's see.
Hello, this is Ray, and this is the introduction to my Roundtable character.
Oh, I played these backwards.
His race is Altmer, gender male. Warrior skill two-handed. Mage skill enchanting. Thief skill alchemy. Civil War side is Stormcloaks. His class is Ranger. Health 1, Magicka 2, Stamina 3. Humanoid follower is Sven. Other follower is Gleda the Goat. And he's marrying Torvar from the Companions. His faction is Dark Brotherhood. Alignment is neutral. Guardian Stone is the Shadow Stone, becoming invisible for 60 seconds once a day. Home is Severin Manor in Solstein. No Housecarl. Orphan to adopt is Lucia from Whiterun. The character's name is Cyrildolf Stormmoran. Raised on a remote farm north of Cedar in Cyrodiil, his father's family had fled the Somerset Isles during the Thalmor blood purges, since they had been part of the Lethnil, an Altmer group that accepted the Sigic's assertion that Talos was a divine. His father had married a Nord woman, had 3 children. Cyrildolf was the middle child, and he left home to join the Imperial Legion in Shindal. Many times in training and battle, his commanders would comment on the strength of his voice. It was always counted as part of his Nord blood. During his time in Shindal, he heard countless tales of the shadow group called the Dark Brotherhood that had operated there before.
Hi, Skyrim Roundtable guys and gals. This is Lee Benjamin.
Sorry about that. I downloaded Lee's and opened it accidentally.
You're doing really well today.
Oh my God! This is what I get for trying to do multiple things at once. All right, let me pull up Ray's. I basically know where he was at, so sorry about that.
I'm loving the way that everyone's saying humanoid.
Yes, everybody's using humanoid now. You've normalized humanoid.
Yep.
All right, we'll pick up with Ray now for the intro of his character.
Many years of service, he was growing weary of the Imperials subjugating themselves to the Thalmor, always having to be cautious, these agents roaming Cyrodiil in search of Talos worshippers. Cyrodiil decides to make his way to Skyrim, maybe find himself a Nord wife like his father had. He received his release from the Legion and headed home to see his family one more time. After leaving home, he heads north and crosses into Skyrim near the dwarven ruins of Avonshell. He's attacked by a group of orcs from a nearby stronghold. Stripped and left for dead, he scrounges for anything he can find. Some clothes from a body just off the road are just what he needed. He's once again under attack. Maybe coming to Skyrim wasn't such a good idea after all. Wait, these are Imperial soldiers. Shouting to get their attention and explain he's just made them fight harder. What's a Stormcloak anyway? And how did I know that body was a rebel soldier? And what's all this about Ulfric killing a king with just his voice? Ah, the nines. No, it's Stormorin.
Okay, that was the end of that one there. We probably should have played them in order. Or I should have played them in order. But that was the beginning of Ray's, which we played the second part of earlier. All right.
I've seen a picture of it, of Stormwind. He's huge. You've seen the picture of him. He's massive.
God, yeah, yes. Oh, crap, iTunes.
He's got the height of a Thalmor, and he's got the bloody chest of a Nord.
Height of it.
I haven't seen this picture. Where is it?
It's on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
He posted his backstory in the Facebook group. It's a really good read.
I think I read some of the stories. I'm really loving all of the background stories at the moment. I tried to put one together, but I just couldn't quite make it anywhere near as good as anyone else's. So I chucked that down for a fail and left it on my notepad on my computer at the moment.
Was
I
it
might flush it out later.
Was it Brianna used the character generator to come up with a backstory? Is that what it was that I read in there the other day?
I find that to have the backstory, I usually play the first 20 to 30 levels and then create the backstory from that. Really helps.
Yeah, I have a lack of imagination apparently when it comes to backstories. So yeah, I suck.
Oh man, I think we have just one piece of feedback left. I think it's Lee. Let me check what this one is. Let me just double check the folder here, make sure I got them all. I think Lee is the last one, though, I believe.
That was definitely Lee.
Yeah. Sure. Maybe there's another one here, Keith. Let's see, I did Keith. Did that one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done 6, I believe. Did I do Sean's? I don't think we did, right?
No, you didn't do Sean's.
Okay, I'm going to download that one, too, to get ready as well. But we'll do Lee's first here.
Cool.
Hi, Skyrim Roundtable guys and gals. This is Lee Benjamin. This is my Roundtable character introduction. My character's name is Carrick Farfignugan. Yes, a pleasurable driving experience. His race is Breton. His gender is male. Gee, surprising surprise. Warrior skill is heavy armor. Mage skill is illusion. Thief skill is speech. Civil War side is Empire. Class is paladin. Alignment is evil. Now, I've heard that the class and alignment are kind of optional, so we'll just have to see how it goes. His guardian stone, whatever that is called an Atronach stone. Yes, this is my first time playing Skyrim. His home is Severin Manor. Location is Raven Rock on Solstheim Island. Based on the little bit of play I've done so far and accidentally finding Solstheim Island, I expect it'll be quite a while before he goes there. The orphan to adopt is Samuel in Riften. Haven't been there yet either. Health, Magicka, and Stamina, 3, 2, and 1. After a question on the Facebook page, I found out this is the ratio you want to maintain when you level up and are able to set health, Magicka, and Stamina.
Correct.
So, in the playthrough, I'll be doing 3 health, then 2 Magicka, and then 1 Stamina, and then repeat. Ad infinitum. His humanoid follower is Ogal, wherever he might be. Another follower is Armored Frost Troll. That sounds like a really tricky one. Spouse is Vorstag. I'm really hoping that's female. Faction is Dawnguard. I thought Empire was faction. Well, apparently faction is different than Civil War side. He will have no house, Carl. And the home of the orphan, it turns out, is in Honor Hall Orphanage. So other than being formatted a little odd, I finally found all the stuff on here. The advantages of the Aronach Stone are Magicka plus 50 points, Spell Absorption 50%, Regenerate Magicka 50% slower. So it seems to have ups and downs. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm using the Atronac for one of the first times. I like it a lot. Like especially when you're in dragon battles and stuff with the spell absorption, and even battles with mages. It's great. I've never used it before. I've always just stuck with the. What's the one that gives you the full? Was it 20% on all skills? What one's that? The Lady Stone or something?
It's the Lord Stone.
Lord Stone or Lady Stone or something.
The Lover Stone lets you gain 15% faster.
Lover Stone, that's it.
Yeah,
Lover Stone. Yes, I usually use the Lover Stone after I use one of the first 3 over there by Riverwood first, but I generally try and go for the Lover Stone. But I really like the Atronac Stone.
Yeah, he really lucked out getting Atronac Stone and Breton. Cause
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he's going to be nailing mages then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't stand much of a chance.
Yeah, he's got 25% magic resistance, and then if he activates his ability, the racial ability of Dragon Skin? Yeah, Dragon Skin.
Oh,
that means that absorbs 50% of Magicka, and so does the thing. So for 60 seconds, he'll absorb 100% of all magic attacks. He won't get it. Yeah, he won't get hurt by him. Yeah, he won't get hurt by him at all.
Yeah, that's intense.
If you're going into a big dragon battle, there, Lee, don't forget Dragon Skin. Save your ass.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta go.
Okay.
Sorry. First of all, my phone's about to die. Since I'm on my phone today. But I gotta run too. I gotta close up the shop here. So it's been great. Thanks.
Sounds good. Talk to you later,
Nice
Victor.
chatting, Victor.
Speak to you later, mate. Have a good one.
Night.
See ya.
Yes, Victor was calling in from a workshop today while working. Let's see. Let's get back to Lee.
Catch y'all later. Try playing this guy and see how we go. Carrick Farfignugan woke up on a cart. He had no idea where he had been. What are you
That's what you get for pausing me.
Yeah.
It's like he already knew.
Along in the conversation.
Oh, wait, he's got more of a story here. Okay. I'm like, wait, there's like 9 minutes left. Why is he saying goodbye? All right, here's Mr. Farfignugan's story. Mr. Farfignugan.
Led him to believe he was a prisoner of some empire.
Let's see if I can raise that a little
went
bit.
to Helgen. At Helgen, it turned out that the leader of the rebel group, Stormcloak, had been captured along with Carrick, along with several others. Unfortunately, the destination was the headsman's axe. Fortunately, before it was Carrick's turn, all hell broke loose in the form of a huge black dragon. Now, dragons had been known in ancient times in Skyrim and other parts of Tinky Island, whatever the hell it's called. Anyway, Carrick decided to follow the Imperial, who seemed to be finding a way out. They made their way through the dungeons and the torture rooms. On his way out, he found a book called The Bear of Markarth, The Crimes of Ulfric Stormcloak. So apparently this had something to do with the Empire and the Rebellion. It sounded vaguely familiar somehow. It reminded me of an old tune. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I couldn't remember the rest of it.
Good, that was going to cost you about £10,000.
The Imperial said his name was Hadvar, and once they got outside, he said that the best thing to do now would be to go to see his uncle, the blacksmith in Riverwood. It was a short ways away. Carrick met Hadvar there. Riverwood was a pretty little mountain town. Hadvar's uncle, Alvor, asked me to take word to the Jarl of Whiterun to let him know about the dragon attack in Helgen. In Riverwood, you're asked by the local shopkeeper to help him retrieve a golden claw that was an ornament in his shop. It was recently stolen by some brigands out of Bleak Falls Barrow. While in Riverwood, you meet Farandal and Carl and some woman, and they have an interesting relationship. It turns out that if you talk to one of the men, they ask you to give a letter to the woman, which is supposed to be from the other man. It's quite a little intrigue. Anyway, depending upon how you handle this situation, one or the other of the men will proceed with you. Farandal decided to go with Carrick to Bleak Falls Barrow. Carrick came to Whiterun, and there he met a local blacksmith who helped him with some of his crafting skills. He then proceeded through the town up to Dragon's Reach, where the Jarl resides. He told the Jarl of the dragon attack in Helgen, introduced to the Jarl's mage. The mage gave him the task of finding a dragon tablet in a temple in Bleak Falls Barrow. Well, now it seemed Carrick had two tasks to take him to Bleak Falls Barrow. Time to hit the road. While schlepping around the mountain, Carrick continued to do battle with local creatures as needed, mostly just deer and wolves. Eventually, he found a path that led through part of the mountain. It was called South Brittleshun Pass. It seemed to be a cave. Instead of a cave, it actually turned out to be a cavern, one that had been occupied, obviously, over the centuries, and now contained braziers that had been lit to provide light. In the past, he encountered skeletons wielding weapons of ancient men. He found a chest trapped with a mace head. Luck only saved him from it as he was standing to the side. While fighting a skeleton, an apprentice necromancer appeared and started throwing what looked like snowballs at him. The necromancer was dispatched along with his skeleton buddies, and among his things were his research into the human heart. An actual human heart. Anyhow, they also provided a dagger called the Iron Dagger of Souls. With it, if a target dies within 3 seconds, it fills a soul gem. Carrick realized he had lots to learn about the ways of Skyrim. He eventually made it through the cavern to North Brittleshun's Pass, where he realized he was still miles from Bleak Falls Barrow. For a short bit, he followed an actual road, an ancient road. Here he found some traders. They were odd cat people who said they were from a desert land far away. One of the traders actually offered to teach him to sneak better, and this Carrick took advantage of. Further along the road, he came across the ruins of Fort Greymoor. It was occupied by brigands. After an extensive search of Fort Greymoor and dispatching the evil men, he came across a book of illusion and learned novice illusion and a lesser ward and sparks, realizing he had been carrying some of these for a while. It turned out in Fort Greymoor, it seemed a lot better defended at first than it actually was. This is because the brigands had cleverly placed armor and shields and swords on wooden training dummies and put them on the parapets. Getting to the top of one of the towers, he found another brigand who was quickly dispatched. Among his things, he found a flute. He thought back to the bard he had met at the inn in Whiterun. Another oddity found at the fort was Agnes. She was cleaning up. It seemed that every time a different band of brigands would take over the fort, she would tell them, "I ain't moving. I come with the place." And so, Carrick left her be, so she could continue her tasks. Finally, the path led to Bleak Falls Barrow at the summit of the mountain. And here, the cleaning out of brigands continued anew. At one point in the barrows, he found Tommy the Swift and cut him loose from a spider's web, at which point Tommy just ran away, saying that he would have the treasure. Unfortunately, he didn't see the pressure plate in the floor, and the spiked gate smacked him hard. He didn't survive. Among Tommy's things was found the golden claw. Ah, that's one task out of the way. Carrick continued through the barrow until he came across the Bleak Falls Sanctum. This is where the dragon tablet was supposed to be found. He sneaked around and fought more skeletons. Then he came across a strange platform high in a cavern, seated up it, and found a casket and several other items sitting adjacent to a wall. As he approached the wall, a strange mist appeared and enveloped him, and words appeared upon the wall and seemed to consume him. After a moment of dizziness, Carrick turned back to the casket, which proceeded to open, revealing a Draugr overlord. He was tough, but he too succumbed to the arrows and war hatchet with help of his companion. It turned out that the overlord had in his possession the tablet that was wanted by the mage back at Whiterun. After his recent experience with what must have been some kind of magic at the wall, Carrick resolved to use more of his magical powers, which he had been learning but had not really been practicing, more of a book-learning exercise. On his way back to Riverwood, on his way to Whiterun, Carrick found more Nirnroot by the river. He returned the golden claw to Lucan at the Riverwood trader. He then made his way back to Whiterun and gave the Dragonstone to Farengar, court magician. Suddenly, there was a disturbance in the room. A runner appeared and reported that there had been a dragon sighting at a local tower. The party was soon gotten together and headed out. This completes the first 3 quests of Skyrim.
Awesome.
Tommy the Swift. Oh dear.
It looks like everybody's going through Brittle Chin Pass and getting hit by the snowman.
Yeah, everybody's going through that way. I don't usually go through there. I don't know, but everybody else is, so good for them. A nice mix of Star Wars and
Yeah, you would just have to go and get a lawyer there. Now, luckily, he stopped at that.
Yeah, thankfully, it was short of the time required. Thankfully, George Lucas doesn't own them anymore, and we'll be safe.
Yeah, I'm sure he used to scan the internet of any mention of it.
Yeah.
Just in case he'd make a quick buck.
Yeah, oh gosh. Oh, man.
It's probably the only thing he's ever going to get anymore.
I don't know, he got a lot of quick bucks from Disney, so.
Oh, yeah, true.
A lot of bucks. Oh, my gosh. But we have one piece left. It's from Sean. I'm glad I checked that folder. Alrighty here.
20 years of my life, I've roamed the lands of Skyrim trying to put together the true tale of what occurred at the ending of the last age, with the return of the dragons, the emergence of the World Eater, and the rise of the Dragonborn. 2 years ago I picked up a book. In the back were hand-scribed notes. The owner claimed to belong to the Dragonborn herself. I was skeptical, of course. The price was right, and he piqued my curiosity. The text did seem to correspond with the events I had been researching, and I switched my focus to looking for more books like this in hopes that they might actually be her journals. And my efforts paid off. I now have not only a first-hand account of her tales, but also proof positive of my theories that it was the events surrounding the fall of Helgen that precipitated the entire event. For the first book, chronologically, in her journaling, was in the back of a copy of the Book of the Dragonborn that she picked up in a torture chamber in Helgen Keep itself. Allow me to read you her tale, as complete as I have been able to assemble it. By happenstance, her tale begins just after the Book of the Dragonborn completes with the prophecy of the Dragonborn. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass towers walk and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the Dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, World Eater wakes, and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn. My hands are starting to shake. I can see it in my handwriting. It seems the events of the past day are finally catching up with me, and they are momentous. I don't know what else to call them. I hope that by writing this down I can not only make some sense of what happened, but document the events happening around me that may be of interest to others later. I have lost myself in the history books I used to read, and it would be a poor recompense if I didn't try to add what small part of my own experiences I might play. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Danny O. Weston. My father was a Nord from Helgen, serving in the Imperial armies, during the Great War and after. My mother was a Breton alchemist and healer, serving the Imperials at the end of the Great War, where the two fell in love and eventually had me. My mother and I traveled with the Army's main camp. While things were much safer now, almost 2 decades after the end of the war, I still remained at the main camp at all times. That was why it was such a shock the day a full-sized raiding party composing of Khajiit and Bosmer, led by a Thalmor, attacked while the main force was out. The remaining soldiers and camp followers did their best. They were no match for the surprise and ferocity of the attack. Very few of us were still alive by the time the soldiers returned from patrol, and were set upon with an ambush from within their own camp. I lay still in a pool of my own blood as I watched Thalmor instruct the others to leave evidence that the attack was caused by someone besides them, ostensibly wanting to start some internal conflict between the Empire and its residents. I was eventually found, and my testimony was used to publicly put on a trial representing what Thalmor had done, but it was all stopped before it even began. Somehow the Thalmor had covered it all up, and I was never allowed to speak. I was told that should I continue to speak my slanderous lies, that I'd be imprisoned. A retiring general, under whom my father had served, took me in as a servant, and I went with him to his estate just outside of Bruma and Cyrodiil. I stayed there and grew, raiding the library as I could and dreaming about what I might do with my life. Unfortunately, it was the growing part that caught his interest, and he began his ever-increasingly infuriating advances on me. It all culminated a week ago when he tried to force his way into my room. I struck him. I don't know if he was hurt, but I locked the door, and without taking time to gather much of anything, I left through the window, in nothing but my sleeping clothes. I had no idea where to go or what to do, but I did remember that my father's sister, my aunt, lived in Helgen, just across the border in Skyrim. I thought if I could make it there, I could start a new life, maybe become an alchemist like my mother. It was as I was attempting to cross the border from Cyrodiil into Skyrim that I became swept up in the events so much larger than me. Hey guys, this is Sean Mahoney. Hope you enjoyed my introduction to my character, Danny O. Weston. I just kind of wanted to do something a little different. I felt it strange reading with my own voice for a female character, so I kind of came up with the conceit of a scholar looking back in time, trying to figure out what happened, reading her journals, and that would allow me to do a first-person perspective on her journeys. My character is, of course, as I just said, Dania Weston. She is a Breton. Takes after her mother, as you heard in the story. Her father was a Nord. I don't normally play a female, but that's what I got generated by the spreadsheet, which is fantastic, by the way, guys. Thank you. I got skills of archery, enchanting, and alchemy. So my plan is to make her kind of a sneaky archer with a significant dip into mage skills. The Civil War side is the Empire. Figured she would have a rocky history with the Empire. Initially try to side with the Rebellion, however, as she learns more of the activities going on, her hatred of the Thalmor will certainly draw her into fighting them, seeing them as the true enemy, and the only way to defeat them is to create unity within the Empire. The class came up as Assassin, so I definitely want to try and really use my alchemy skill for poisons as well as doing the archery sneak stealth attacks, as I spoke of. Guardian Stone of Atronak. It's a little tougher, doesn't really inspire me anything as far as role-playing goes. But my plan is to go ahead and use that, especially late game. Really pump up everything I can to get 100 or greater in magic resistance. Magic absorption, so that she is basically immune to magic, uses it to recharge herself, and just becomes a house at the end of the game. Home is Riften, which definitely bespeaks of joining the Thieves Guild, doing the quest there, which I think will fit in quite nicely. Follower came up as Fandal. It was an archery instructor you run into in Riverwood, so I figure she'll be somewhat reluctant to start her adventures, but she really kind of got a taste of excitement in the caves inside of Helgen, coming out, using the bow, that sort of thing, and she'll make friends then with Fandal as she helps him with his relationship problems, and at the same time he'll teach her the ways of the bow and instruct her in that and really get her started with her archery skills. So that's where I'm going with it, and I hope you enjoy the conceit. I will basically be trying to do each quest in the series as one book that she's written notes in the back of that she's found on her journey during that quest, and hopefully that makes it a little bit fun. So if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up on the Facebook page, and thanks for listening.
That's a pretty cool way to do it.
No, I like that.
Like a third-person view of it. I never considered that. That's a good point, though. Like, go into it instead of the first-person voice of the character, just go back as if somebody finding the stories of this person. That's a pretty interesting way to go.
No, it's definitely a unique perspective to go back from.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted there. I love that. That was brilliant, and I love the fact that she's writing all this in the back of books that he's finding. So
that idea is perfect. Yeah, using those empty pages and writing on the back of it and wherever to put her story in. That's pretty cool.
So I want to hear more about the scholar as well now for some reason.
Yeah, that's a really interesting way to do it. So that's actually all the feedback we have. That was a good session of feedback. Let's see. I don't know the exact date we'll be doing the next feedback episode for the Roundtable, but next week is our Roundtable episode that we'll be doing live on YouTube. That's on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. 10 p.m. GMT, I believe.
Yeah, unless he can get it earlier.
Yeah,
he likes to do it therefore.
Yeah, if we can adjust it a little bit earlier, that'll be nice for everyone. So maybe 4 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And that will be New York and London time, by the way, for everybody who doesn't know what that is, just to make it easier for you to look it up. Otherwise, make sure you stay tuned at the end. I'm going to play Jeremy's, I don't know what you want to call it, not advertisement. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. My brain is frozen. Little thing about what's going on with the ASA Game Talk Awards, doing year-end awards. I am going to vote for No Man's Sky for Game of the Year and piss everybody off, and probably garner the wrath of the internet and be doxxed by Anonymous or something. But he's doing the ASA Game Talk Awards, and there's a bunch of different categories for the year, but stay tuned at the end. I'm going to put that on there, so don't drop off at the end where the normal thing goes on there that is outdated and doesn't have all the great information. Make sure you hang on for the end for that. And check out the other shows, asapodcasting.com, Earwash, Blake, the podcast about podcasts. Chatterbox is coming back this week after saying we were coming back the last 3 weeks and we were busy. Skyrim Addict, obviously. Fallout Feed, obviously. Let's play Fallout. Possibly. What's that?
Possibly Fallout Feed.
Well, they may be canceled. After, yeah. After I listen to the episode, we'll decide what happens with We'll decide what happens after I hear this episode of...
If not, at least let me go and give Dennis a spanking.
Definitely. I can do that. I'll pay for your plane fare to Philadelphia. And...
Colin, I'll drive you to the airport.
You take care of that end. I'll take care of this end, and we'll make this happen.
All I need is a broken chair leg with a rusty nail in it.
I'll have a look at my
as
garage.
carry on. Yeah, I can take that as carry on, right? I don't have to pay extra.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. As long as
what you need to do is just leave them separate and then just put them together afterwards.
That's
excellent.
It. That's it.
Excellent
Find
point.
a workbench. That's it.
Yep.
We can nail it together here, and I'll drive you right out there.
Awesome.
Marcus, you have anything you want to plug on here?
No, not at the moment. I mean, I'm going to be, apart from the fact that I'm going to be doing a Fallout Let's Play at some point soon.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get a little bit of audience participation in that for a couple of the bits in the middle of the storyline where you can go either way. We'll see whether or not that works or not.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. And Andrew just dropped his Bard's College Let's Play Skyrim. Let's Play Skyrim is on a separate feed called Let's Play Skyrim. The Fallout Let's Plays are on the Fallout feed to make everything completely confusing. But it's a good idea that way. So Let's Play Skyrim is on the Let's Play Skyrim feed, and Fallout feed Let's Plays are on the Fallout feed itself. But I guess that's all I got for now. Make sure you stay tuned for Jeremy, and he will explain the full concept of the ASA Game Talk Awards. Get your votes in for that, all the different categories. Vote on whatever categories you're comfortable voting on. I think it was like Game of the Year, Best Re-Release. I think it was like something like a Comeback of the Year, kind of, or something like that. But was it Last of Us 2 was just announced yesterday, so I'm sure he'll be talking about that on Game Talk as well. And let's see, I got to pull up GarageBand so I can actually stop the recording. I'm rusty still. I'm still rusty. I'm still blaming vacation. It was over a week ago. I'm still blaming it.
Yeah, I was just about to say you spent way too much time at Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep blaming it though. Just gonna keep blaming it. I'll be back there in a month, so getting out of this cold weather. But take care, everyone. If you want to email the show, SkyrimAddictPodcast@gmail.com for your roundtable feedback, SkyrimRoundtable@gmail.com. And the second episodes are coming up. Second set of episodes are coming up, so get it in for that. All right. Later.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you.
Awesome.
Happy Skyrimming.
Later, guys.
Bye.
What's going on, gamers? This is Jeremy of ASA Game Talk. Just wanted to drop a quick line to let you know we are in the process of doing the 2016 ASA Game Talk Game Awards. How does it work, you ask? Well, this is how we're doing it. On episode 32 of Game Talk, Victor, Dennis, and myself got together. We talked about some categories, added some categories, took away some categories, added some more, took away some more. Excuse me. That's what we did on episode 32. And now what we need from the community is you will see a Facebook post from me, Jeremy Bouts, that kind of fills you in a little bit on what's happening. It's a little wordy. I apologize for that. I really should cut that down. It will be cut down for the future postings. But here's what it is. Every few days, I'm going to post 4 categories, 3 to 4 categories, depending how the numbers work out. And what I'd ask is that you copy and paste that to an email, and you send that email to asagametalk@gmail.com. What we're going to do then is take all the nominees, put them in their categories, and then we'll have another show, say mid to late December. Then we will whittle that down to a handful of nominees per category. From there, stick with me, from there what we're going to do is post it category by category as a poll in the Facebook group. And each winner will then be, I guess everyone will know the winner of each category. Maybe not. Maybe I can make the poll results private. Something I should have thought of before I cut a promo. Anyways, what we're going to do is post each category day by day, every couple of days. And then sometime early 2017, first or second episode of the year, we're going to reveal the winners. And what I may do if I get adventurous is figure out how to email each one of these companies, devs, games, whatever it may be, or Twitter, whatever the F, or Jesus, man, or tweet them and say, hey, you won 2016 or the ASA Game Talk Most Disappointing Game of the Year Award. Congratulations, No Man's Sky. And I like I said, I may reach out to some of these devs and do that just for fun. 2 rules. A, has to be 2016. Can't be before. Categories kind of give you a little more of the structure. B, the nominees have to be emailed to asagametalk@gmail.com. Those are the 2 rules. Has to be 2016. Has to be emailed. Cannot be posted to the Facebook group. Those will not be counted. asagametalk@gmail.com. And before I talk way too long on this promo, I'm just going to remind everyone it's the holiday season. Why don't you head on over to Amazon.com? But before you go there, jeez, I think I've been drinking. Before you do that, head on over to ASAPodcasting.com and use that Amazon link. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Sends a little bit of love back ASA's way and CFF.org's way, most importantly. So, ASAPodcasting.com, click on that Amazon link. Until next time, thanks for your participation. Keep gaming.